are good.
Okay.
Thank you. You're welcome. Our bells, so we're about to get going. Now I'm gonna need everybody to hold on very tightly. Hold on to the handrails, or your best friend, or your little brother, because we will be hitting a top speed today of, drum roll please, 7 miles an hour. We're going to be absolutely flying. Just a little background on our museum as we get started. Our museum was founded in 1956 by a group of businessmen from the area. They wanted to preserve pieces of railroad history for future generations, our generations, to appreciate. Steam was going out of style and diesel was taking over. So they took what was then Cook Park and they put a locomotive on it, and here we are now. Over 70 years later, and we have over 70 pieces of rolling stock and over 80 pieces of railroad equipment. So we have grown quite a bit in those years. Now, one of our most interesting pieces of railroad equipment, and probably the most interesting piece of looking piece of railroad equipment, is our Jordan spreader. So our Jordan spreader is that brownish reddish thing in front of me. It was used to push the ballasts or the rocks off and back under the tracks. Now you see those big wings on the side? Those would be pushed out through air pressure, and they would come out like a giant wingspan and push. Now, is anybody here not from Wisconsin? Ooh, a lot of you guys are not from Wisconsin. So, if you guys have never experienced, hi little man. If you guys have never experienced a Wisconsin winter, we get a lot of snow, like a lot of snow. So the Jordan spreader would also be very great at pushing snow off the tracks, because fun fact, if you guys get enough snow on the tracks, it will stop a locomotive. And then you have to get a bigger locomotive to push that one, and it just gets really expensive. Museum does not always look this white and dusty. This is a giant expansion we are putting on the back of our Len Bestie Center. So this expansion will almost double the amount of climate-controlled space that we have here at the museum. Which, if you guys don't know what that means, or you're not from the museum community, that means that there will be about double the amount of space where we can take our train cars out of the elements and away from the bird poop and put them inside for you guys to enjoy and for them to stay clean and pristine. There will be a nice classroom for us in education, which we are very excited about, because it means we can corral tiny children in one space. And there will be a whole bunch of new train cars from our McCormick, which is this big red building in front of me, but I'll talk to you guys about that in a little bit. Now you guys will be able to see in just a second a big gray slanted building. So that building is our restoration shop. We do almost all of our restoration work here on campus. We are very good at what we do. It is almost all volunteer-based though. So the current car we are restoring is a Union Pacific Dome Diner, which will be a fantastic addition to our restored collection. It has a absolutely gorgeous 360 view from the top. There is just stunning etched glass in it, beautiful wallpaper. There's paintings that we're currently having restored. It will be a fantastic addition. I made our engineer Ken promise that there would be no flying today. What's actually happening is we are going over our fly bridge or our high bridge. The tracks are underneath the train, so that's why you can't see them. Now, please be careful with your phones. You don't want to drop them, but if you do not panic, do not scream, do not go to hysteria. Just raise your hand, and I will raise my hand. We will wave goodbye to your phone forever because they do not pay me enough to get in that water. That water's real nasty. It is also not usually this green. Usually it's brown. So this is our Dutchman's Creek in front of me. We will be going over another bridge later. I'll tell you guys a little bit more about it, but it is a pretty cool piece of our campus. I usually work at the end of it, making sure people don't run in front of a moving train. You'd be surprised how many people try. The newest addition to Terror is a giant pirate ship, which is in the back, which usually you would be able to see right about now, except my trees are being very good trees and are very leafy right now. You might be able to see, kind of see the top of the mast of the pirate ship. To ring our bell twice, so I suggest covering your ears if you don't like loud noises. Come on, Ken, don't. Thank you, Ken, for making it short. So, the reason we ring our bell, this is the only time we will ring our bell and honk our horn, is because we are coming up to an unmarked passage. Now, the reason we ring the bell is because you guys may not believe it, but trains are incredibly sneaky. If you don't know they're coming, it is very easy to be unaware that it is coming. So we just do this to alert people that we are coming up in the train, because there's a lot of terror workers who cross around here and work on their haunted house. Seconds, we will be coming up to our Hobo boxcar where we will stop for a little bit. So please stay seated until I get the okay that our brakes are set. But once I tell you it's okay, if you guys want to continue, you can. There's our bell. We're going to get moving. Now, sorry, my car is being very loud today. So, on a very different note from hobos, we have a lot of animals that live here on campus. Oh, there's Woodchuck, who we decided is named Bartholomew yesterday. Don't ask me, the 10-year-olds decided that's his name. Usually Bartholomew is sitting right there in the road, and I have to shoot him across the road so he doesn't get hit by a car. Anyway, speaking of animals, so we have a lot of animals here. Obviously, we have woodchucks, we have geese, we have pelicans, we have ducks. But two of my favorite animals that we have here on campus are we have a herd of wild cats that live in one of our old locomotives on the way backside of the property. We give them heated water and food and heated blankets during the winter, and they hate us. Like, really hate us. There's one singular person who worked here who they would let approach them, and he is no longer here. So, if you see a cat, don't try and touch it. They will bite you. And if you do not heed my warning, hopefully you guys have all your shots. So the other animal that we have here, which you guys probably won't see because they're super duper skittish, is we have piping plovers here on the campus. If you guys don't know what they are, they're shorebirds. They're about yay big. They have really, really long legs, and they look really goofy when they run because their little legs go really, really fast. gravel, or they are way back by the High Bridge, swimming in the water. They are very cute, but like I said, they are very skittish and very hard to see. Now we have a lot of railroad equipment here. We have a lot of locomotives, but one of the most unique locomotives we have is our Aerotrain, which is the silver train inside my McCormick shed. Kind of looks like the front of an airplane. So my Aerotrain was built back during the 50s, around the time that our museum was founded, actually. So at this point, people had stopped riding trains as much. They started taking cars. We saw the invention of the United Highway System. We saw buses. We saw airplanes. It's a lot easier to take a airplane to Mexico or to take a car to the grocery store than it is to take a train to either of those places. So what General Motors did was they said, we need to fix this. We are very quickly losing money to ridership. What are we going to do? And they said, we're going to make a super futuristic looking train. It's going to go over 100 miles an hour. It's going to have air conditioning. It's going to be super cheap because we're going to make the passenger cars out of converted Greyhound buses. And the front of it's going to look like an airplane. What could possibly go wrong, right? Everything goes right in railroad history. So much went wrong. Like so much. Very narrow and very fast. So it was a fantastic place to build a wood mill. Now the wood mill that sat in Dutchman's Creek, not here, but down on the other side by our low bridge, was one of the first wood mills in the our set.
The threat of World War II, still more was asked of the railroads. A greater hauling capacity was needed, and even these locomotives were found wanting. Big Boy was born of necessity. Now the stretching of the locomotive had reached its maximum. Where the Challengers and 3900s had two sets of 6 drivers, Big Boy had 2 groups of 8. Like its forerunners, it had 4-wheel trucks under the front cylinders to lead it through the curves, and under the cab to support the huge firebox. Whether it was booming along at 80 or drifting easy, Big Boy radiated majesty. Massive and compact.
already full.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, and then that's what they gotta do. Yeah, a little bunk room, that's cozy. Yeah. We'll go up this way, let him do the pictures.
Oh,
Cool.
how does it feel like?
This is cool.
Train's go like medium speed.
Wait, Mom, they have an event.
Let's hit there. Event.
That's your bathroom. It's like an eating area.
Yeah, I wonder if this is where the there's yeah, that's what I had. That's what I was saying. People that worked here. This was probably where when they weren't working. What if those another porches and
Ooh, toilet. Now that's the toilet.
Also, it's, yeah, we're going to sleep.
Have a good day now.
You too.